Good day everyone, welcome to Senior Pablo TV. And for today's tutorial video, we will be discussing the compound interest. The compound interest is the interest due at the end of a certain period is added to the principal and the sum earns interest for the next period. So these are the following that you need to know. We have the conversion period. You will encounter annually, that is equal to 1, semi-annually, 2, quarterly, that is 4, monthly, that is K. So we're going to use, that is 12. We're going to use K as our conversion. So we have here, for the future value, we have the following formulas. Future value is equal to P, quantity, 1 plus R raised to T, wherein P is the principal, R is the rate, and T is the time. And that is the same as the formula here. F is equal to P, principal, quantity, 1 plus R over K. K here is our conversion period. K times T. And if the unknown is principal, we're going to use this formula. F, or the future value, all over quantity 1 plus R over K raised to KT. And if the unknown is rate, we're going to use this formula. K, quantity, KT root of F over P minus 1. And time, if the unknown is time, we have log of base 1 plus R over K times F over P all over K. So to better understand, we're going to use these different formulas in our examples. Now let's solve this problem. Find the maturity value and the interest if 10,000 pesos is deposited in a bank at 2% compounded quarterly for 5 years. To solve our problem, let us first determine the given. So our given, we have 10,000 pesos, that is our principal. We have 2%, that is our rate. 2%, right into decimal, that is 0.02. Just move twice to the left. Then write the decimal point. Then we have here compounded quarterly. So that indicates our K. Our formula, K. And in our conversion period, quarterly means 4. And our time, which is 5 years, or simply 5. Now we're going to get the maturity value and the interest. Okay. Let us find first the maturity value, or the F. So F is equal to, copy the formula, P, quantity, 1 plus R over K, then raised to KT. Now let us substitute. P is 10,000 times 1 plus our R, our rate is 0.02, all over K is 4 raised to KT, 4 times 5. Now we have 10,000 times 1 plus 0.02. So to use your calculator, so 1 plus, then press this function. We have 0.02 all over 4. We need to add that. That will give us 201 over 200 in decimal 1.005. raised to 4 times 5, 20. Now we have 10,000 times, so 1.005 raised to 20. That is 1.11. So multiply to 10,000. That will give us 11,048.96. Let us use 2 decimal places. This will be our future value. Now, to get the interest, we just need to subtract the future value to the principal. So, interest is equal to F minus P. So, 11,048.96 minus 10,000. This will be our interest. So, that is 1,048.96. Okay. Of course, to answer this, you need to have your calculator. And of course, don't forget our conversion period and the formula. Now let's solve number 2 problem. Pablo borrows 50,000 pesos and promised to pay the principal and interest at 12% compounded monthly. How much he repay after 6 years? So again, let us first find all the given. So our given, we have the principal, which is 50,000 pesos. We have the rate of 12% in decimal, that is 0.12. We have compounded monthly. In our conversion period, monthly is equal to 12. So K is equal to 12. And we have a time of 6 years. So 6. We're going to find the future value. Okay, future value, the principal and the interest. So future value, that is equal to P, quantity 1 plus R over K raised to K times T. Now let us substitute. Now using our formula, let us substitute the given. So our P is 50,000 times 1 plus our R 0.12 all over our K is 12 raised to 12 times 6. Now we have 50,000 times 1 plus, so you're going to add in your calculator. That will give us 1 plus 0.12 or all over 12 is 1.01 raised to 12 times 6, that is 72. Okay. Just press in your calculator 50,000 times 1.01 raised to 72. That will give us 102,354.97 pesos. This would be the money that will Paul return after or repay after 6 years. Now in our next problem, what if the missing is the principal? In our next problem, what if the missing is the principal? Let's try to solve the problem. Steve borrowed money from bank at the rate of 5.25% compounded annually. if his loans accumulated to 180,500 pesos after 3.5 years. How much did Steve borrow? So write all the given. We have first the rate, the R, 5.25%, that is 0.0525. Let's move twice to the left. And compounded annually, that is our K. Annually, so 1. Accumulated loan is 180,500, so that would be our future value, or F, 180,500 pesos. And our time, 3.5 years, so 3.5. Now, since we have the formula here, so we're just going to write the formula. F all over 1 plus R over K raised to KT. Notice that it came in our future value formula. So just derive the formula if you don't know this one. Now, since we have a formula, we're going to substitute the given. So P is equal to F is 180,500 all over 1 plus R over K. R 0.0525 all over K is 1 raised to KT, 1 times T is 3.5. Now, you can just press that in your calculator, just like this one. So, find this function in your calculator, then type 180,500 or insert that, then parenthesis 1 plus, then the function 0.0525 over 1, then close parenthesis, raised to 1 times 3.5 is 3.5. Then the equal sign. So the principal is 150,903.68 pesos. Of course, don't forget the peso sign. So Steve borrowed 150,903.68 pesos in a bank. Then after 3.5 years with 5.25% interest rate, the accumulated loan will be 108,500. So next will be, what if the missing is the rate? So we're going to use this formula. Stay tuned for our next example. In this problem, we're going to find the rate. So we're going to use this formula. So the problem is, John won 1,600,000 pesos in a lottery. He invested 1/4 of it in a bank. What interest rate, compounded annually, will give him a future value of 700,000 in 5 years? So let us find the given. So all the given, we have the principal. He invested 1/4 of 1,600,000. So the 1/4 of 1,600,000, that would be the principal, that is 400,000. So he invested 400,000 in his bank. What interest rate compounded annually, that would be our K in our conversion period, annually is equal to 1. We'll give him a future value of 700,000. So that would be our F, 700,000 in 5 years. So we have the time, 5 years. Now copy our formula, or simply substitute now since we know the formula. So K, our K is 1. Then we have kt root. So our K is 1 times T. So 1 times T. So that will become fifth root of F over P. So F is 700,000 all over our P is 400,000. Close, minus 1. Okay. So let us check. 1. So K, that is 1. Kt root, so K times T. So 1 times 5, that's why we have 5 here. Root of F, 700,000 over P, 400,000 minus 1. Now we can just simply insert that in our calculator. So we have 1, 10, parenthesis, fifth root, so shift, root sign, 5, then 700,000 over 400,000, then close, minus 1. The rate is 0.1184. In percent form, that is 11.84%. That would be the rate. So if you want to find the derivation of this, so use the formula for our future value, then solve for R if you want to derive this formula. And since we have a calculator, it's easy for you, just insert all the given in your calculator. So that is 11.84%. In our next problem, what if the time is missing? Stay tuned for our next example. And our last problem, what if the time is unknown? So you're going to use this formula for the time. So in your calculator, just find the function log, then this function. Okay. Now let us apply that formula. We have this problem. Justin won 10,000 pesos and he invested all the money in his bank. That compounded annually with 2% interest rate. At the end year, he decided to withdraw all his money and found out that he has 11,040.81 pesos. How many years did he invest his money? So let us first determine all the given. So we have the principal, which is P, 10,000. Then our K, compounded annually, 1. Look at the conversion period. Then interest rate, 2%. Rate is 2%. In decimal, that is 0.02. Just move twice to the left. And the time that is unknown, and we have the future value, 11,040.81. Of course, we're looking for the time. We need to use this formula. So time is equal to, so just find this function in your calculator, then insert the following given. So we have log 1 plus r over k 0.02 over k is 1 times f over p. Going to delete this or erase 11,040.81 all over 10,000 over k is 1. Now get your calculator, find the function this one. Okay, just press that function, then insert the given 1 plus 0.02 over 1 and 11,040.81 all over 10,000, and that will give us 5 years. That would be our time. So after 5 years, the money will become 11,040.81. Justin invested 10,000 pesos only. So the interest is 1,040.81 after 5 years. Now we're done in our compound interest. Of course, you need to master all this formula, and of course, use your best friend, your calculator. Thank you for watching Senior Pablo TV.